Okay, I wanna dedicate this video to probably my favorite boss fight. I mean, we have only two boss fights, technically three, in A Darkest Days, but this is my favorite one for whatever reason. I happen to do quite well here. Most of the time I end up in a top 3, depends on who joins. If there are players with the better gear, I cannot compete against that, but in general, over at construction site I am struggling. I end up at top 7, top 10, while right here I tend to dominate for whatever reason. Now, that reason is definitely going to be the SPR12, because such weapon is the best weapon for the Dusk Garden. So we're gonna start off this fight in such a perfect way. I mean, just take a look at this start of a fight, and spoilers, by the way, this is gonna be the best fight that I have for ya. It happened recently, I think it happened yesterday. But look at this moment. This is such a such a perfect start. Anyway, I wanna talk about the mechanics here first. So we saw one mechanic, that is the straight line AoE that comes from the boss. It usually targets the top 1 damage dealer for the fight. Usually, not always. I was targeted by that ability whenever I was like top 2, top 3, so it can be a random occurrence at given moments. But how to counter it, since we cannot really look at the ground all the time, as you can see our camera is pointed up. How to counter that straight line ability is just move to the side. So all the time, whenever you're shooting, whenever you're doing whatever, just move to the side, do not be lazy. Go to the left, to the right. As you can see right now I am being a little bit lazy because I know that such ability is on cooldown, but right now I am moving all the time just to preemptively avoid any kind of future mistakes, potential future mistakes. Either way, the SPR12 is the best weapon right here because it has more DPS than the AK whenever we compare equivalents. Of course, also with SPR12 you can sit at the wall, you're gonna do the most damage. You're not gonna receive any distance penalty because this weapon can shoot at a 50 meters range and receive a 0 damage penalty. If you have AK, you will need to sit a little bit closer to the boss, basically on the edge where the lower ground meets the high ground, but with SPR12 you can do whatever. Also, I have here a Tommy gun as the secondary weapon. Here doesn't really matter what you have, you're gonna use the secondary to kill the zombies if need be. From the zombies we're going to only focus the bloaters, the ones with the gas spores, as well as screamers if necessary, and maybe, just maybe, these squitos, they can be rather annoying. Anyway, we are here sitting at the last phase, so we have a lot of mechanics right here. One thing to note, yep, I tried to dodge this. This usually can happen whenever you are getting caught up by that outer circle. If you dodge roll at the end, or if you perfectly time it at that ending moment, you can dodge the damage, but it's not reliable, or at least I didn't figure it out still how to reliably dodge such mechanic. But basically what you want to do is you want to use audio. For example, right now we have that inner circle ability. You can hear it pop whenever you hear that audio cue. Just move into the inner circle, and yep, nothing here should be the problem. I'm gonna show you what is gonna be the problem, and that is in the next clip. Speaking of the gear, this is going to be the SSR SPR on +3 with the max headshot damage, as well as SR armor on average is gonna be like +3.5, something like that. Anyway, so this was the first spot. You saw that it is possible with the SSR SPR on +3. Anyway, I want to show you the clip where certain things can happen, especially at the last phase whenever there is going to be the most events. So right up here, what is happening is I was competing for the second place, second or third place I was competing for, but then all of a sudden what happened is, you can see this squid right here, he managed to hit me 3 times in a row somehow, almost killing me. Right here we are having just the gas clouds left, right and center. I'm running away for my life. I realized I need to heal, and nope, what am I doing? I'm sitting in the inner circle. I managed to get out of here real quick, but guess what? Okay, I was lucky. This is the dodge that I was talking about. You can dodge this outer circle even if you are late, but you need to time that dodge perfectly in order to avoid the damage. What I was doing right here, I made a mistake. I'm still sitting in the inner circle for whatever reason. Okay, I realized that in time. Okay, watch out for these flowers or whatever that is. They tend to explode and just knock you over for like 5 seconds straight. Anyway, you know, this was kind of a hectic. I mean, there was a lot of things happening. It was not a surprise for me to just die right here, but you can see that one death can really set you back for, is this like 2 positions or 1 positions? I lost basically top 3 because of that last death, and if we look at the death log, this is technically a second death. Or no, that was the first and only one. So one death can set you back. This is why armor here is important. If you can push it high, you at least need to have I want to say like SR+4 across the board, just to be safe, so that you are not one-shottable to all of these mechanics, and that you can at least survive 3 or 4 hits from the Squito if that happens in a row. But yeah, this is how I do it. This is pretty much it, and I wanna go into the next segment, and that is I wanna figure out how can I double my damage, my current damage. So how much levels do I need to add on top of this SPR12 to double it? Okay, that is a 12,000 against a level 45. 12,000, so I'm gonna say, yeah, it's a little bit more than a 12,000, so let's say 12 and a half. Okay, if I increase the level on the SPR by, let's say, 3, so going from +3 to +6, can I then theoretically double my damage? And how am I gonna calculate this, because I cannot really, you know, go and magically add levels onto my SPR, is I'm just gonna lower the level of zombies that we are gonna be killing, as well as adding 7.5 damage increase for each level, and like I said, you know, it's gonna stack on top of each other. So level 45, let's go 44, 43, 42. We need a level 42 now. That is 15,700. But okay, hold on, I have one more house. Let's check if that is true. I actually didn't see that number. Okay. Yeah. That is, so let's say 16,000, okay. Now, that is not it. What we also need to do is we need to take this number of 16,000 and we need to multiply it by 1.075, and let's do this 2 more times. Okay, this is not gonna double my, believe it or not, this is not gonna double my damage. So what? Am I supposed to have +7? What? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say this is 18,000 on average. I mean, should be 18,000. Okay, doesn't really matter. And again, we have here 5 levels of difference, so let's go 18,000. This is gonna be once, twice, 3 times, okay, 4, 5 times. So this is it. This is gonna be most likely what I'm searching for, is 5 levels of a difference in order to double my current damage, and that also means going from +3 to all the way to the +8 SSR. And yeah, I don't really know. And that is not gonna be possible for me. But yeah, why did I do this? So this is just an estimation. Maybe, you know, in reality things are working a little bit different. But yeah, I saw, like, on a Dusk Garden, you know, that some players can achieve double the damage. Over at the construction site, they can even pull like 3 times my damage. Well, not really 3 times, but like close to 3 times. So the only reason why that is happening on a construction site is the boss is level 40, so it's easier to overpower his armor, or let's say difference is larger over there. But yeah, so are players actually using SSR weapons on +8? Is this like what we are having right now as the top players in the game? Whenever you look right here, this is where you're gonna see. Hello? Why can I not pull this? So for example, right here, where is my, I cannot even see my rank. Can I? Nope, I cannot see my rank. Can I see right here? Okay, at least I can see it right here. So I'm number 77. So look, this is the Dusk Garden. Yeah, this is what I'm focused right now on. 3 minutes for 4 million damage. So in 5 minutes, that's gonna be like it's gonna be like 6 million maybe. If this were to be like 5-minute fight, I would have 7 million damage. 7 million for 5 minutes. Now let's see the top players, what they are doing. So this is pretty much like 5 minutes. It's a 10 million damage. 10 million damage. This one, let's see. So it's gonna be like 10 million divided by what am I looking at? 4 times 5. They would be 12.5. So I don't know, they are not playing with the +8 SSR. They are playing maybe with the +6. So yeah, I would say that they are actually playing with the SSR +6 or +7. And why am I doing this is I am expected soon to attempt a upgrade on my SPR, but that upgrade is gonna be just 1 level. Only 1 level. For 1 level we are getting 16% increase in the damage, and at the same time DPS. Okay, I wanna do the update on the giveaway process. So pretty much everything is done. I'm waiting only on one guy to accept me as a friend, so that, you know, we can whisper and do this, finalize this giveaway. So I'm gonna do a call out for the Onlu gamer to accept my friend request, and after that, you know, wait for my instructions. Instructions are gonna be this, if you wanna know. And yeah, we are almost done with it.